tell how to cut a pipe by hand tools. So this hand tool is called the bed holder, and if you notice here, this has the nominal diameter, which is 0.2, actually it's 0.5, half an inch. This thing comes out, but you have to pull the pin out so it comes out, and you can fit another one in it. So you can, and it has to slide back again. If you notice this arrow, it changes because this is rigid, and we want to do the thread clockwise. So go wrong one way. If I twist this, you'll come other way. Okay, so this would be used for threading. And this is for half an inch. I'm going to look for half an inch. I believe this is half an inch. Okay, perfect. So this is my half inch pipe. Again, half inch is the nominal, and that's the outside diameter. Second tool I will use is the reamer.
The reamer?
Yeah. So the reamer actually goes inside the pipe and smooth the surface because we don't want the surface to be sharp. Again, it has also two directions. This is one direction of it. This is the cutter. If you notice, there are two wheels, and this is the cutting blade. These cutting blades are changeable. You can change them because they do get dull all the time. So I'll show you how to use this now. Last thing we need is a file to smooth the pipe before you do a connection. So I'm going to do a cut, thread, and ream in one company. Choose tight. Take this away from you. Another important tool is the oil, cutting oil. You try to put some in the pipe. You want to cut it. So now we go.
Is it important to keep oiling the pipe?
Yeah. If it dries out, you want to put some oil in it because it makes cutting smoother, especially if you're doing it by hand. So if you notice, I put it between the two wheels and the cutting blade. One of the most common problems is you put it all the way to the bottom and you squeeze. What's going to happen?
It's gonna pop out.
Actually, it's going to bend the pipe.
Yeah,
You're going to
yeah.
see it being oval, so make sure you're doing it right. And double check when you do a cut. Again, this thing you don't want to do too fast. If you do the cut too fast, what will happen? You might flare it. It's not going to cut straight. It's going to get with a flare. And you might put other lateral forces that might bend the pipe, so be very careful. So it's kind of tight, snug. I'll go around, complete circle, then I will turn by 10 degrees. About less than 10 degrees enough. Not less than a quarter. Let's put it this way. A little bit. Just make sure it's snug. Go around. Snug a little bit. Depending on how sharp the blade is, you can go further, but don't go too far. If you go too fast, you will dull the blade quickly because you're putting too much force into it. Go around. Tight. Go around. Tight. Still fine, it still looks smooth. You can feel it to the end. Is that Bill?
Yeah, I think so. It could be.
Welcome to stick. Okay, it's cut. I can look, it's very straight. What you see here, there's a piece that needs to be removed right in the middle. Can you see it?
Yeah, it's like a thick piece.
Yeah. This is where I use the reamer. So then I'll move this way. I'm just shaving those pieces out. Don't go too deep because then you're thinning the pipe. So when you cut it's going to be very weak. Take this thing out. Enough.
Do you see him that down?
Fire. So you fire it up. And now you can see why plumbers get paid a lot of money because it's a lot of work. Quite a lot of expertise. things will not cause you a problem in the beginning, but over the years, the time is going to be an issue. So always be flush. Okay, that's fairly smooth. Now, this is the threading bit. You can put it flush and start. You see? Start like try to get a bite. You can feel there is some resistance. Gently, I'll go inside and push until I feel the first bite. Okay. It went in. You can feel some resistance. It's not about force, it's about technique. If it's flared, cut and flare again. And try to save energy. So now it's good. You can feel it's very smooth. And I will be generous with the lubrication.
So you want to thread it opposite the direction you're going to be putting it in.
Yeah. Put some oil in, going on. So, there's some finesse to this. So you're gonna go almost one complete circle, then you find it's getting really hard to move. What does that mean? Yeah, for what else? Why is it so- Yeah.
Fresh.
So I'm gonna go reverse and go back a little bit. So the chips will break. You keep chipping. See those shavings over here? You go a little bit, then you go back again. Almost one turn, and you're gonna go back a little bit. But then you see the chips fall. Don't try to go too strong or too deep because you'll bend the pipe. You might ruin the tool. Slow is good.
So how far do you want us to go in with the threading?
Usually go flush with the thread, with the end of the thread here. See how the teeth are here? This is the flush. It depends. There's a lot of applications, but the minimum they say is the same size as the pipe.
So half-inch deep.
Half inch deep, yeah. But again, depends on the application. I've heard a lot of things about that. So a little more. Be mindful to where you're swinging this. It's gonna hurt if I hit somebody. So now you can see why plumbers have really big muscles. Although I don't think they use this anymore. But sometimes you have one or two cuts, you can do it by hand because it's easier than set up the machine. Finding power, all this nonsense. Okay, getting close.
Plumbing a whole pipe in the whole house. All the pipes. Deck.
Okay, I think I'm good. Take it off. And using the right cutting oil is very important, make life easier.
What do you mean when if you hut a pipe?
Huh? It's cut, it's a misspelling. So this is too small, should I put it all the way to the end. But you can see how it's a clean cut, it's easy. And you can tell by, if you put a fitting to it, it should connect easily. Did you ever notice if you have a bad bolt or something, it's really hard to insert, so this should come right away. Something like that. Yeah, see, you get yeah, this is good.
Basically what he just said. Hey, like you said, here, like, what would happen if you cut the pipe with a flared edge?
Yeah.
Is this what you're demonstrating?
Yeah.
Is that
No, no. Actually, if you cut with a flat edge, you're not gonna be able to put the bit on it, the threading bit.
What do you mean?
You can't put this in. You're gonna keep going in circles. It's not gonna pipe. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's flat.
So basically, if you take the end of that
Yeah.
and expand it, you won't be able to put that over it
Maybe that's too
because the end is
Huh?
bigger than the threading tool.
Is it not smooth enough?
So it could be the first bit here.
You get a bit of rooms and stuff like that. That's expanded.
Yeah, if you reamed it too much to the point where it started to flare it out, like over the half-inch OD. I think it's his first time doing this, guys.
This is the first time here. Failure of the production. Well, you've seen here that if you don't have the right cut, it's not gonna go in. Am I going the right direction?
That's weird.
So if you notice here is the beginning of the thread. Should be going in. Okay. We'll try again with the machine and see how it goes. So now I will do a cut by power tool.
Hold up, I got it.
Yeah, you got it?
Cameraman in the showbiz, you know what it is.
So this is the Rigid 300. I'll do the same thing, cut, ream and flare. So make sure it's centered. Snug. It has two directions, either reverse or forward. Go pulling forward. So first you want to check that it's not wobbly. If it's wobbling, it's not going to go cut. So make sure it's going in a very consistent motion. And this tools move laterally so you can know where you want to cut. And it goes back and forth. So I'm going to put it into the wheels. I'm going to go and rotate the pipe. See how quick that was?
That's pretty cool.
Now the reaming part. It's pretty flush, pretty nice. Now I'm going to use the.
How come you don't have to file the face of it?
It's pretty smooth. It's
Oh,
a
yeah?
better cut than one we had over there. And if you look at it here, you can tell how smooth it is. Completely flush. So we have half an inch, so I'm going to adjust the blade. Those blades are adjustable. If you see this etching here, it's telling you what is the size of the pipe. So this is half an inch. That's it. Yeah, it's good. Also be mindful of the spacing over here. So this is a little bit too close, so I'm going to push it further. What happens if you try to thread and you have reached the edge, it's going to get speed pulling in the pipe, and the machine will have too much torque and it will shut down. So make sure you are mindful of that. Okay, so I'm going to try now. See if it's centered. So this motion here is just to make sure it's tight enough. And the same way you're gonna get it out. You have to bend it in. So I'm gonna start cutting now. So as soon as you hear the pitch change, you can let go of your hand. Means it's like it already had a bite on the pipe, on the pipe. It's gonna pull it in. It's so complicated. See that one going by itself? But the oil circulates.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, so it doesn't.
There's a filter in there, so
Yeah, so it transfers out, comes out. Okay, now I'm gonna go out. So try not to touch the wheel while it's going because you want to go at its own speed. Okay, we're good. Nice fresh cut. Let's try and see if it's gonna. So apparently I'm better off using the machine than using it. Fit nice and snug. Okay. Few things you want to know about the machine that safety things. So there's also foot pedal. There's also direction. Goes back and forth. And also this tool here is very, very sharp. Never touch this with your bare hand. It's gonna cut it, it's very sharp. These blades here are diamond. So they're very, very sharp. Don't touch them. Cutters as well. And again, this is high torque machine. So don't get anything stuck on it. So while it's running, you should not put your hand on the floor or sometimes a rag or something is gonna pull through it. So be careful. And again, there's two motions, forward and reverse, and always use the foot pedal. Okay, so this is a demonstration. Let's do that. You won't cut by hand, I won't cut by hand.
Do it.
Can you stop this? So the whole thing is